The world of morning television often looks bright, polished, and full of warmth. For years, Craig Melvin and Lindsay Czarniak have embodied that picture-perfect stability, a couple admired for their charm, their dedication, and the effortless way they balanced demanding careers with an equally demanding family life. But behind every calm smile and every composed interview, there are moments viewers never see. And now, for the first time in their otherwise steady journey together, an unexpected health scare has pushed both Craig and Lindsay into a moment so raw, so emotionally charged, that it quietly shook the foundation of their lives. Today, we take you inside the unfolding story that has left friends concerned, colleagues stunned, and fans hoping for healing, as Craig Melvin faces one of the most challenging moments of his career and his family life. Craig Melvin has always been known for his optimism, his natural warmth, and his ability to turn even the heaviest stories into approachable conversations. But over the past few months, subtle signs began to concern those closest to him. A lingering fatigue he brushed off, a tightness in his schedule that left little room for rest, and the kind of emotional wear that even a broadcaster as seasoned as Craig struggled to hide. Lindsay, who has always been a pillar of calm and resilience, noticed the changes immediately. She quietly encouraged him to slow down, to listen to his body, to take a beat, but Craig, ever the professional, kept moving. Then came the moment that changed everything. According to those close to the family, Craig experienced a concerning episode at home, sudden dizziness, shortness of breath, and a wave of exhaustion that brought him to a halt. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't public, but for Lindsay, it was terrifying. The kind of moment that forces every spouse, every partner, to confront the fear of what if something is seriously wrong. Lindsay acted instantly, calm but shaken. She guided Craig to sit, monitored him, and insisted he seek immediate medical attention. For her, this wasn't a suggestion, it was a line in the sand, a moment where worry transformed into action. Doctors later described it as a significant warning sign, not a crisis, but not something to ignore. For Craig, the diagnosis wasn't catastrophic, but it was sobering. Severe stress, compounded fatigue, and concerning cardiovascular markers that demanded urgent lifestyle changes. A whisper of danger, the kind that comes before something irreversible. What followed behind closed doors was one of the most emotional conversations the couple had ever experienced. Not an argument, not a clash, but a breaking point born from fear, love, and the weight of responsibilities they had both carried far too long. Craig reportedly sat quietly, listening as Lindsay, normally composed, measured, thoughtful, released months of worry in a single trembling confession. She spoke about sleepless nights, about watching him push himself past exhaustion, and about silently fearing that one day he wouldn't come home from the studio. She admitted that the burden had become too heavy to carry alone. For a woman known for her strength, this was the moment she finally allowed herself to be vulnerable. Craig, moved and shaken, realized he had been ignoring not just his body, but the emotional toll on the woman who had stood beside him through every high and low. The weight of that realization hit him harder than any medical report. Friends say that this conversation, quiet, tearful, and raw, marked a turning point. Craig made a promise, not out of fear, but out of love, to slow down, to reprioritize, to give his health and his family the attention they deserved. This wasn't about stepping back from work entirely, but about stepping into a new balance. A healthier one, where the people he loves aren't forced to carry unspoken worries. Lindsay, relieved, but still processing the scare, reportedly took time to reflect alone. Not to distance herself, but to breathe, to come down from the emotional cliff she had stood on for too long. Those close to her say she found a quiet place to reset, a space where she could gather her thoughts, release the tension, and prepare for the road ahead. And Craig? He spent the days that followed in introspection. Less time on screens, more time with family. Fewer late nights, more conversations about what truly matters. For a man who has spent his career telling other people's stories, this was the moment he was forced to rewrite his own. Today, fans continue to send messages of support, hoping Craig's recovery leads to lasting change, not just for his health, but for the sense of peace that every family deserves. Craig and Lindsay remain united, stronger perhaps because of the scare, and more aware than ever of the fragility of balance. This story is still unfolding, and as Craig steps into this new chapter, one shaped not by crisis, but by renewed commitment, the world is watching with empathy, with hope, and with deep respect for a couple who continues to face life's hardest moments with honesty, grace, and unshakable love. If you want updates on Craig Melvin, Lindsay Czarniak, and more uplifting stories from the people you admire most, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay with us as this journey continues.